Hey folks, today is Friday, March 9th, 2018. As usual, it's me, Jake Baldino, here to talk about some video game stuff that has been going on this week. And it's been a big week. We got a lot to talk about. So the first thing I definitely want to bring up is Valve and Gabe Newell during an event where they were previewing their new upcoming Dota spin-off card game called Artifact. Gabe Newell debuted a new beard and a laptop, and he went on record to talk about Valve making games again. Yes, don't expect Half-Life 3. I don't think that's going to happen, but the statement's still pretty interesting. He said, and I quote, "Artifact is the first of several games that are going to be coming from us. So that's sort of good news. Hooray! Valve's gonna start shipping games again."
Half-Life 3 first.
No, it's not happening, I'm telling you. Apparently there are going to be something like 7 titles in the works, and apparently 3 of those are going to be VR games that has already been known, but the future is still uncertain, and I think that's exciting. Valve also spoke about how they want to integrate it with different hardware functionalities, kind of like how they have been releasing VR stuff. They want to kind of come up with whatever the next thing will be, which is very interesting that they pursue that stuff because it's not always the most profitable for them, but it's them doing and creating what they want to make, and that's kind of cool. Gabe Newell actually did go on record saying that part of the reason why they haven't been publishing real games since Portal 2 was because they were doubling down and investing in stuff like Steam itself and Vive stuff. So there's a little bit of an answer for you. So maybe if you feel like the world is collapsing down around you, there is some good news to look forward to. The fact that Valve games are on the horizon, whether or not they're going to be like Portal or Left 4 Dead or newer experimental things, hey, it's something to look forward to still. But another thing to look forward to for some people, for some very specific people, Ubisoft has announced that they are working on The Division 2. All they did was give us a logo, and that was really it. They said that they are going to tell us more at E3 2018. And me personally, I'm excited. Guilty, sorry. Hey, there are Destiny fans out there. There are Destiny haters. Same thing with The Division. There are Division fans and Division haters. Because of the very specific type of game that these types of games are, some people love them, some people hate them. I thought The Division got better and better after it was released. And while lately we have been playing a cynical game on a lot of things, I'm at least going to keep my eye on the announcements to really see what it is. I hope it still takes place in New York because I think it was one of the best recreations of actual New York we've ever seen in a game. Especially with the lore. Like, I don't know what they could do, but I'm probably spending more time talking about The Division than you actually care, so let's move on.
You're ignoring true crime, Streets of New York.
That game was bad.
That was a good game.
No, Streets of LA was really good.
Hey, we snoop.
And coming off of that, oh my god, it just does not stop. Hot off the presses just right now, Days Gone is delayed. The PS4 exclusive zombie biker game is pushed to 2019. So if that was something you were looking forward to for possibly the fall season in 2018, looks like it's not going to happen. That's all the information we really have on it right now. We'll keep you guys updated on next Friday if we get more from it, but that's it for now. But another surprise announcement this week. Seems like everything happened on Thursday. Fortnite has announced a mobile version. Not only is it a mobile version of the game, but it's Fortnite. 100% it is the Battle Royale game on your phone. And they're doing a beta test next week. Unfortunately, as of right now, that beta is only going to be on iOS and presumably Android later on. Maybe it's going to be an iOS exclusive release out of the gate. But the interesting thing is that this Fortnite, this fully playable Fortnite on a mobile phone is also going to be crossplay with PC and PS4, and that is insane. That is Fortnite and Epic trying to me, to take big moves to kind of take over the world and kind of make this like a Minecraft thing. Or they're also just trying to get the money while they can, because this is definitely something that is hot right now. I don't know if you guys know, even if some of you write off Fortnite and you don't like it, I think it's interesting that people I know that barely touch video games know what Fortnite is and possibly play it. For me, this was pretty unprecedented. I didn't expect this. I expected maybe like a Switch version, but mobile, definitely not. And it's interesting, it's worth pointing out, I saw a lot of people bring up that PUBG does have a mobile version in China, but it doesn't have crossplay like this does. If PUBG were to do that and play catch up with this, that'd be pretty impressive. Also, I'm really curious to see someone playing on a phone against someone on a mouse and keyboard. That could be a bloodbath.
It's gonna be really funny when you get fucking rocked by someone on a phone.
It's totally gonna happen. It's gonna be like, oh, Joey fucking so and such on an iPhone killed you. Well, the other big bit of news this week was the Nintendo Direct, which dropped a bunch of new announcements. A lot of it is kind of just expansions or ports. So if you are the type of person still looking for really new, fresh things to play on Switch, I think you're gonna be a little bit disappointed. But we did get some pretty interesting stuff. Let's get started just kind of running through. We can't go through all of it, but it's worth pointing out that Splatoon 2 is getting single single-player DLC and a bunch of stuff. If that sounds weird to you, know that Splatoon 2 is still like in the top 5 charts in Japan, so that game is killing it, and people do love it. We're also getting Luigi's Mansion on 3DS, a port of the original game. I think another missed opportunity to put it on the Switch, but that's just me. We also got some new information and a real good look at Dark Souls on Switch, and it looks like it's running pretty well. We also got a Solaire Amiibo announcement, so it's basically an amiibo of a meme, which is pretty cool, and also it's pretty much sold out already. We all tried to buy one. What are you doing?
Nothing.
I dropped my Pop-Tart.
A thing that was rumored a few days before but actually came true, to my surprise, is Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy being released on Switch, which is pretty insane. Not only that, it went a little under the radar, but it's also dropping on PC and Xbox, which Crash Bandicoot on Xbox is pretty crazy. I think that's kind of the future with certain things, as much as Crash Bandicoot was a Sony mascot and very much the symbol of PlayStation. The fact that he was sold off on the auction block for millions of dollars to a third-party company means that's just not the case anymore. But it's nice that everyone can kind of get their hands on this classic game that I grew up pretty much loving. They did announce Super Smash Bros. Coming 2018 for Nintendo Switch. All signs point to it being a port of the Wii U version, which not enough people really got their hands on because Wii U. We did get this trailer with the logo and a reveal and silhouettes of what looks like to be the characters that we already know about. IGN, of all places, actually did a pretty good breakdown of who those characters are. We linked that in the description. But also, the Splatoon kids are going to be in it. Mario, presumably from Super Mario Odyssey with his silly hat. And Link from Breath of the Wild with his blue tunic. CD Projekt Red had announced last week that Geralt will apparently be popping up and guest starring in another game. Now, a lot of people have went wild. I would very much like to see him in Soul Calibur, but imagine he was in Smash Brothers. But moving on from the Nintendo Direct, since we can't talk about every single thing, we are running down announcements. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is officially a thing with presumably the Roman numerals as 4, which is technically a way to show it, or it could also be 4 dashes. People have been arguing on the internet over this, including myself. I just think it looks stupid. I get it. It's because like the dashes maybe make sense in Call of Duty Black Ops or the dashes with zombies, whatever. Either way, like controversy aside with the freaking Roman numerals, the Black Ops series is really good. Where are they going to take this series? I don't know. I have a few ideas myself of where I would like to see it, but if you guys do actually still care about Call of Duty or specifically Black Ops, what do you want from this? But if you're looking for an interesting read, I linked it down in the description below. This is a detailed breakdown from one of the people behind Duke Nukem Forever, a game that had been in the works for such a long time and scrapped and reworked a million times. And apparently in 2001, there was a near finished, completely different game that was like a dark and gritty Duke Nukem game with RPG elements and side quests and an open world. It's very interesting because it's not at all what the game turned out to be. So if you're curious, I linked that as well as everything else I talk about down in the description. Also, in case you missed it, it's officially been announced that H1Z1 is going free to play. A lot of people are really excited. A lot of people are really surprised about this. This was actually, of course, in H1Z1's plan all along, but it's nice to see years later that it's actually happening if you do still care or if you play that game. We also finally got a release date for State of Decay 2. It's going to be May 22nd, and we got a good look at gameplay and some co-op gameplay, and the game is looking pretty awesome. I think it's finally realizing the potential of the original game, with this one just having a better budget, higher quality, but also co-op multiplayer, which is something I think the first game sorely needed. I'm kind of getting really excited for this, I'm not gonna lie, sorry. And since we are talking about reveals and stuff, Ubisoft detailed Far Cry 5's arcade mode and all of its expansions and stuff, but the most interesting thing is the new reworked and really fleshed out map editor, which looks pretty awesome. It seems like there's a lot you could do. If the game is actually good, I'd really like to see this map editor take off. I think people could do some really crazy shit with it. And also there's been some rumors listing on a Taiwanese retail site suggesting that Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice is getting an Xbox One version. And I think that's great news because we really like that game here. Last year, I put it on my Game of the Year list. It's just a cool story-based single-player game that if you're into that type of thing, definitely check it out. If it does drop on Xbox One, I think that's pretty dope. But that's about it this week. If this episode did feel like a rundown, it was because literally there were just a shit ton of announcements that we had to break down. If there is anything missing or if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, feel free to hit us down in the comments below. We'll be down there talking to you guys. Also, discord.gg/gameranx over there. But before we go, we have to do that console giveaway we do every single week. You know how this works by now. There's a link in the description below. You click it, you sign up, you enter once, then you're entered for good, and then every single week we go in and randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. And And this week's winner is going to be this person right here. Congratulations. Be sure to keep an eye on your inbox and your spam box and stuff like that, because Tom over here is going to be... Tom, come here. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi. You're not in the frame.
I am in the frame.
No, you're
I
not.
set the camera up. I
No,
know where
you're not.
it
Come
goes.
closer. You're probably
Like
blurred.
this?
Yeah. Tom here is going to be getting in touch with you to figure out how he can send you... Don't do that. Otherwise, I already said, we got to talk about the stuff this week. I want to know how you guys are feeling. If you are into Call of Duty and Black Ops, what do you want from Black Ops 4? Also, what was your favorite announcement from Nintendo Direct if you're a Nintendo fan? Are you one of the people that actually dug the Division and stuck around with it? What do you want from the Division 2? I got a couple ideas, but I want to hear from you guys. So hit me down in the comments or on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Jake Baldino as well. You know where to find me by now. As always, guys, thank you so much for hanging around. Clicking the like button does help us out. We really appreciate it. And keep in mind, we're here every Friday, so come on down. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jake Baldino. See you guys next time. Pieces on me.